It's Faith Over Everything. It's a podcast where we talk about everything.
Everything?
Everything. No topic is safe.
But we gon' give it to you through the lens of faith.
Alright.
So sit back, relax, and let us do what we do. It's your host, Jazz and Ange. It's the FOE crew.
Okay.
I said sit back, relax, and let us do what we do. We your hosts, Jazz and Ange. We the FOE crew.
Hey, FOE.
FOE.
Faith over everything.
Faith over everything.
FOE.
FOE.
Faith over everything.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to Faith. Oh.
What's up?
Welcome to Faith Over Everything podcast. Just kidding. Welcome, you guys, to Faith Over Everything podcast. I am one half of your host. My name is Angela Suggs.
I am Jasmine Suggs.
We're going to get an intro, like a proper intro, not like outside of the song, like when we come in and start talking. We're going to get it together one day.
This is proper.
I don't know. We all be doing crazy stuff. Like,
That's
well, this is what y'all get. Y'all know what y'all dealing with.
Ooh, y'all been here this long. Thank y'all. But look.
Yes, thank you to our faithers. If you have been here for a while, if you are new, welcome to Faith Over Everything podcast. If you have not clicked that subscribe button, go ahead and subscribe to us right now. You know what I'm saying? Follow us. If you're on YouTube, subscribe, like, share, comment, all of those things. If you are on the other platforms, listening, streaming platforms, podcast platforms, you know, listen, share our podcast, rate our podcast, download the podcast, all of those things. So we are going to start off with the icebreaker. It's still October, second episode, so it's still my turn to do an icebreaker.
Oh, good, girl. Because I was like, is it my turn?
So I am not prepared. I am not ready. So it is my turn. I think I did what did I do? Oh, the last time.
Would you rather?
Would you rather?
Mm-hmm.
This time, I don't even know if we've ever. We just be making up stuff. So this is, I think I made this up. This is guess the movie or guess this. I guess it wouldn't be soundtrack, but it's a soundtrack. It's a song off of a movie soundtrack.
Okay.
So you can guess the movie from the song.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Is you ready? I don't know if you. I think you should know it.
Oh, I'm nervous.
Because you see the movie a couple times. Okay. I know you've seen the movie. You ready? Y'all, now listen, let me preface this by saying I ain't no singer, okay? All right? So don't be coming for me.
She not okay. Though.
Don't come for me unless I sent for you, and I ain't sent for you. Here we go. The songwriter says, Father, can you hear me? We need your love today.
Wait, there's too many Tyler Perry movies. Hold on, wait.
I know that you are listening. You hear me every day.
Oh, the mama was a crackhead.
Father, please hear us, and we will be okay.
Dang, Tyler, you done made too many movies.
Father, we need you.
Oh, God. Okay, yeah, disregard that one, that last part. Oh, my gosh. It wasn't... That wasn't...
You got it.
Diary of a Mad Black Woman?
You better go, girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I remember the crackhead. The crackhead mama. I remember that song, but Tyler had came back to back with like all these different movies. But
Not
girl,
the
did I think that one time that me and Aaron was in church? And I don't even know why we was doing this, but it was quiet.
The salad scene?
Yes.
Yeah, you told me.
You want something to eat? And we just bust out laughing. I was like, oh, Jesus, please forgive us. But Father, please.
Father, can you hear me? I'm so sorry today. I know that you are listening. Forgive me when I say, Father, I'm sorry to be acting a fool. Father, you know me. Look.
That movie is hilarious. Like, oh my gosh.
I don't know why that song came to me earlier. And I was like, let me see if Jasmine know that song. I'm like, let me see if she know what movie that's from. Like, I was like, I know she do because you was talking about that salad scene. I was like, I know she know. Say, you want something to eat? All right, y'all. Y'all ain't no real ones if y'all didn't know that. Okay. Dude said this is a Tyler Perry movie. Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry. But all right, y'all. That was fun. That was fun. She got it right. She got it right. Where's the little clapping noise? I should have got it ready, but I ain't have it ready.
It's okay. It's okay. I encourage
No, I got you. I got you. I got you. All right. Okay. It's thinking. I just do it myself. All right. All right. She got it right. She got it right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. But anywho, you guys, we are going to jump right into this episode. I am okay. I'm about to say my computer is messing up, but it's operator error. Me. So this episode is a follow up to when did we even do that other episode?
Girl, I was just about to say, like, I don't even remember when we did the
Give me
we ain't prepared.
one moment.
Y'all.
This because I didn't even think about looking into when we said it. Oh, we didn't. So we talked about this. Oh my goodness. This was a long time ago. Oh, this was 4 months ago. So 4 months ago, it was on June 9th. So our June 9th episode, we talked about Danae Jackson's interview on the Dear Future Wife podcast. Is it Dear Future Wife or Dear Future Wifey?
Dear Future
Wife. Is it wifey?
It's wifey.
Yeah, you're right. It is Dear Future Wifey. So yes. So on the Dear Future Wife,
he was on there saying that he had
his poems
was Dear Future Wife, and said that he had copied off of him
his book, poems, whatever it was. But yeah, so we talked about Danae Jackson and her relationship or her interview on that podcast, and she is still married to Derek Jackson. Well, at least when the episode first came out, because this was 2 months ago. I don't know what happened in 2 months. We haven't reviewed it since. You know, we're just now basically doing the response to what he said. So yeah, it was 2 episodes. The first one was like an hour. The second one was an hour and 30 minutes. If I'm being honest, I feel like it definitely could have just been 1 episode. Because I mean, it was mostly, to me, in my opinion, it was just a lot of like repeat information, whatever.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he wasn't really saying anything new. Like, he gave us his perspective of what happened and everything. And I do believe that. I mean, it's fair though, because I feel like he was the host. It's fair in that sense, because I feel like the host was basically just having him respond. Like, okay, so Danae said this. What's your response? You know, so it's fair in that sense where, you know, okay, this is what happened. So you tell me this, that, and the third. But some of the stuff I felt like, listen, this could have been 1 episode. But we'll start with you. What are your thoughts, or what did you think of the interview? Whatever. What did you think of it? Did it change your perception of him?
No, it didn't.
Let me go back. I'm sorry. What was your perception before the interview?
Before the interview, it was kind of like what she explained of he's a jock or whatever. I felt like he did take advantage of that. Not to say that she was like booty butt ugly, but you just know, how some guys act or whatever. And just the fact that I wouldn't say, like, when she explained to him, I'm like, oh, he seemed cocky, he seemed this, he seemed that, in that spectrum or whatever. But then when he was talking, it was like it wasn't more of a cocky, more of a maybe he just more confident than she is type deal. But I still feel that, like, there were certain things that he knew what he was doing, and he wasn't ashamed of it or whatever like that. Granted, in the interview or whatever, he had explained, like, basically he wasn't saved or he wasn't a Christian. So that's what he was supposed to be doing. Like, he was supposed to be acting like an a-hole. So it's just pretty much, it didn't change. Like, I felt sorry. Like, I think we was talking about it. Like, I felt sorry for both of them. But the perception that I have of him, like, it still didn't change. I still was like, okay, not so much you took advantage of her type deal, but it was just like, you knew what you was doing and you knew you was wrong, but it is what it is. Y'all got some beautiful kids out of it. So
I would say, I mean, I wouldn't, yeah, I'm like, I wouldn't say he took advantage of her. I would definitely think that, I mean, just relationships, they'd be hard to navigate. Okay. I will say, hopefully, because, you know, you just never know if people are saying things because they know it's the right thing to say. And that's where I struggle with him, is that it's like, because like you said, you did these things and you knew that they were wrong, in terms of, you know, being unfaithful in your marriage and things of that nature. Like, you knew these things were wrong. You knew you shouldn't have done them. However, you still did it anyway. Like, you know, so it's kind of like, and now you're saying the right things, you know, now you're saying, you shouldn't have done that and da, but you knew it then and you still did it. Like, so it's just one of the things I'm like, I don't know if he's really, I can appreciate in the
remorseful.
interview taking accountability for what you did or whatever. And I mean, maybe people, because the thing that stood out with me, because I mean, he did kind of start off talking to them or talking. Well, when they did both people, he talked to them about from like when they, their childhood, growing up, and things like that. So what stuck out to me with him was, you don't know how your childhood traumas are going to show up, in your adult life, whatever. So for him, it was like, and I do like how he always, like, he would share his perception of something, but I like how he made sure to, like, make it be known this was my perception. That doesn't mean that that's how it really was, but as a child, this is how I looked at it, because I felt like, he definitely was protecting his mom, because he was saying, his mom was a single parent, she was working a lot, she had, kids, whatever. So as a kid, he felt neglected, whatever, and he felt like she wasn't around. But again, he was saying that's just my perception. In reality, she was working and she was taking care of the kids and she was paying all the bills and she was doing whatever. But as a child, that was just his perception. So he grew up, feeling, I don't want to say neglected. I don't think he said neglected, but it was something along those lines of like, neglected. He talked about how his mama got a boyfriend. Before she had a boyfriend, she used to come in the room every night and say goodnight to him and stuff like that. And then when she got the boyfriend, she stopped doing it. So then he felt like, oh, she don't love me no more, whatever, because she's not doing this no more. So, just things that happened in his childhood. I could see how once he got older and then he did get married, and it was just crazy because, she had dealt with her assault and she didn't tell him about the sexual assault. So then, and then he said that he is aggressive when it comes to sex. He's an aggressive sex person. So he's aggressive in bed, and that's traumatizing her. And then her trauma is then to pull away, which is traumatizing him because now you neglected me and I feel like you don't love me. So now I'm about to go out in these streets and go get what I got to get. So it's just like, it was definitely eye opening to kind of hear both perspectives. I do like how he intentionally, as far as the host of Dear Future Wifey, I love how he intentionally got both perspectives, whatever. Because it's easy to get one side of the story and be like, whatever. Because he said that she was doing some stuff too. Like, I don't know. Is there anything that stuck out to you? Like,
outside, I mean, like within the interview? Well, we can go at it with the things that she was doing. What was really crazy for me when I was like, I actually felt sorry for him, was when he was talking about like how her mom was in like everything, like all
involved
the
in everything.
decisions and everything like that. And I was just like, wait, she came to counseling with y'all? She did what with y'all? Like, it was just like, okay, I hope you're not over exaggerating, like, but it was just like some of this stuff is like, I could kind of see like
I can see it
some
happening.
moms doing that or whatever like that. Thankfully, like I didn't have to deal with that, you know what I'm saying? But it was just like, why? Like, why are you like, you dang near should just be in a bed with them, like doing the do or whatever. So it was just kind of like confusing, and I felt sorry for him for that perspective because it was like something that y'all two were supposed to be handling, and you not like purposely putting her in the loop of everything, but you didn't put a boundary to it as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of like the mama probably was like, well, shoot, if she got a problem with it, she'll say something. And I'm gonna protect my baby, type deal or whatever. Which I can't see how. I definitely can't see how a marriage will be able to last when there's somebody, especially a mom, that's not involved in a relationship. So it's like you're already single. Like you don't have companionship right now. So, and you already don't like me. So it's easy for you to just, go against any and everything that I'm trying to do or trying to, change or whatever the case may be. So it was just like that part. I was like, girl, you should have nipped that in the bud ASAP.
Yeah, and on top of that, like granted, like you said, like to give context, he basically was saying that, and I think she said in her interview too that her mom didn't really like him like that, because even when he wanted to propose to her, he called her mom, even though he knew that they didn't have the best relationship, whatever. He called her mama to get, and he said that her and her mama will kind of fall in and fall out, whatever. So when I want to say the what you're talking about as far as like her mama being too involved, that was around, I think that was after all the infidelity stuff came out, like to the public. So like it was, revealed that he had cheated on her, whatever else. Let him tell it. He ain't even really, I don't know why I thought that they was married longer. Whatever. Because I'm like, they didn't get married. How long was they married? They got married in 2019 or 2018. They got married in 20. He said they got married in January 2018. And they met in 2009.
Maybe that's what's my mind going to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm they was married.
They met in 2009. Okay. They started dating in college in 2009, and then they just was off and on. I think they didn't even really get back together until, I want to say, they was just off and on. They did move to South Carolina, moved to Atlanta, moved to whatever. So, and then they got pregnant, and then they had their first kid. So they didn't even get married till January 2018. And I think he said the first indiscretion was like December of 2019 or something, or whatever it was. It was like a year or two. He kept saying a year. So I'm like, so was it January 2019? Because you keep saying December 2019. And January 2018 to December 2019 is almost 2 years. But whatever. That ain't my business. But yeah, so he said that once they were married, he didn't step out until that like December 2019, if I'm saying it right or whatever else. And then it might have, he's like, it never was like long-term situations. It was just like a quick fix type of thing. And then he would stop, whatever, and he would be faithful for some months. And then things just wouldn't go right in their relationship or whatever. So it's just one of those things where it's like, I mean, just leave the relationship. But anywho, if you're gonna cheat on me, like just leave me. Don't cheat on me. But he was saying that, basically after it had came out in 2021-ish or 2020, whenever it came out, made public that he had his little indiscretions, that's where her mama kind of just started just being too, girl. I was like,
that was too much.
Because it was like, he said that they were going to different counselors, and he said that's when you knew it was a problem, when they was in counseling one time. He said even the pastor was like, why is the mama here? Like, why is she in the counseling? Like, why are you in the counseling session?
I'm not going to start my session because
until you
on
leave.
my list is the husband and the wife.
Mm-hmm.
You're not included in this insurance package, so you got to go.
Unless you got this payment out of pocket. And you need to pay it.
You still gonna get your own session because that's what you need, sweetheart. You need your own session.
No, this is couples. Couples is
okay.
Couples counseling. 1, 2.
Husband and wife.
Well, I was thinking of Fresh Prince. So he was like, this is between me and what did he say? We don't need ya.
We don't need ya.
Yeah, it's like, no, sir, ma'am, we don't need you. I'm saying that's your daughter, and I get it. That's your daughter. You love her. But she's all the way grown. She has 3 children, or at least 2 children, and she's pregnant with the third because I know they had just had a baby, within the last couple of years. So I don't know if she was pregnant during the counseling sessions or what. But ma'am, gone, get up out of here. So it was just like, yeah. So that I really felt bad about that too, because and from what he was saying, he was really interested. Because let him tell it, he wants to be married, he wants to have a family, he wants to do all of these things, whatever. I will say that's what I was saying to you, like maybe this is why it's important in a marriage to be honest with your partner, whatever. Like your partner should know, even if you don't know what, that I ain't gonna say like you don't know how things are gonna play out. If something happened to you or if you felt away, especially with her, like he may not have known his traumas because that's a kid, you feel abandoned, whatever. You may not know how that's gonna manifest into your marriage. However, with her, she had a real trauma. Like something that you could put a finger on, like
That's
this
physical.
happened to me. Yeah. So she should have, but I understand people, they deal with things the way they deal with things, whatever. So that's why it's important for you to like, try to maybe get help, something like that happen, get help, talk to somebody about it. And then before you make important life decisions like marriage and stuff like that, you definitely should tell, your partner what's going on with you, whatever,
Yep.
because it's just unfortunate because I really just feel like they didn't have those in-depth conversations because he said that they did start counseling one time, whatever, but he was very much giving me Ralph from
Girl,
Housewives.
yes.
They went to counseling and like the counselor, he said he felt like the counselor was like, I guess on her side. So now he don't want to go back no more or whatever else. But I was like, I mean, he didn't really give it a chance. Maybe the first session was one of those things where I'm gonna let her say whatever she want to say because he said that he let her talk, whatever, and she talked and basically said how she felt about the relationship, and he didn't let him talk at all, just let him listen and take it all, whatever. And then I don't even know if they went back, but I'm like, maybe the next time y'all went back, he would have let you talk and say all that you had to say, and then she could have went home and marinated on everything and whatever else. I don't know, but he was very much gave me, the I didn't want to go back because you didn't want to do the hard work. Like it's hard work,
It
so
really is.
I don't know. But
Yeah.
it was definitely just interesting. It was kind of funny though, because I was like, Ladarius, I wonder if Derek felt like Ladarius was coming for his old boo. Like, is you
Cause I know when they did they interview, I was like, he like her. He do.
It
He
seemed like,
her.
I mean, we don't know for sure, but it very much was given. They had a little, you like y'all still going through y'all divorce. Y'all not divorced yet, is
Right.
y'all?
Oh, so y'all not divorced yet? Okay, I'm gonna leave her alone. Cause I know when I had my divorce, it was done.
Because when she came on the show, what I'm saying, I made sure she was protected. I made sure she looked good and everything. So let me ask you, when y'all did that interview, why you let her get on screen like that? He didn't say it like that, but that's basically
That's
what
what
he
he
said.
wanted to say.
That's
But
basically
why you made her look like a fool?
Why you
Like
let
out
her
of
get on there
all the
with that?
things, like I'm gonna have my listen. If I do some dirt, man, we both coming out clean, looking glistening and everything. Yes, it happened, and we are
Why you
working
let
through
her?
it.
Why you let her come on screen with that bonnet on, with the helmet of salvation?
Helmet of salvation.
Like, so that's why when she came on the show, I made sure she got her makeup done, made sure she looked beautiful, made sure. He was like, well, I mean, I think that she's always beautiful. You can always be beautiful, but you can still, if you going on camera. Now listen,
You
y'all know
knew you was
we
showing
be
the
on camera.
whole world.
Don't do us. I don't be made up on camera, but that's fine. Look, that's
I
fine.
ain't confessing nothing.
No, I'm not confessing nothing. You say I look like this because I ain't talking about
I
nothing.
ain't talking
Okay,
about.
I ain't
Listen,
but no, yeah. But I mean, I was like, oh. I mean, he didn't say it like that, but he said it like that, whatever. And he was just like, well, I just felt like he basically he wasn't paying attention to all that, whatever. I'm like, but you still knew y'all
he
was gonna be
needed
on
to hurry
camera.
up and put something out because he knew that his bubble was bust, and he was just not thinking. He made sure that she was being seen. But they did say both of them, I think, had said that she was pregnant
Yeah,
his
she was
uncle that
pregnant.
was like her dad, like the uncle that was like his dad had just passed away, and it was some other that was like
No, he said his
dramatic that
uncle.
happened.
No, not his uncle. It was his auntie. His
Mm.
aunt passed away. His stepdad. I don't know if his stepdad passed away. I think his stepdad had passed away. He said an uncle did die around that same time, but
Oh,
he ain't
but
like
he
him
didn't know.
like
He
that.
didn't like him. Okay, okay. Because I was
I
like, I
was
knew
like,
an uncle was in there somewhere.
he
I was
said
like,
my uncle died while we was at my auntie funeral. I said, what? He said, but
yeah.
it's we ain't care about him like that. Oh, or we ain't like him like that. Like, oh,
I was
I
like,
just
it be like that sometimes.
now we didn't like. But why you mention the man then? You ain't got to mention it because it didn't
Well, he
affect you
just was
then.
saying like it was just so much.
No, don't even mention that man because that is disrespectful. Because the rest of the family, if that man got kids, I'm gonna be mad. Like I don't do my daddy.
Hey, your daddy shouldn't have been all trifling. I didn't like him.
That was still my daddy though. Like don't do that. Don't
That
do
was
that.
your daddy, not mine.
Niggas. Okay, niggas. But yeah, y'all, it was just. I mean, it was just definitely an interesting interview.
Hmm.
I mean, just like I said, just to have the contrast of like, okay, what she said, what he
Hmm.
said. I think it was interesting because he was like when they were talking about how when she said she had did that thing in college to make him jealous, whatever, and he was just like,
Like she said, it wasn't nothing.
mm.
Which I was like, to me, is this going? Never mind. I'm not gonna say it because it's gonna sound bad.
I was gonna say just say it, but if it's gonna sound bad, I don't know if it's about her, or about him.
Like it's about the situation. Like, but because I don't want people to think that I'm condoning foolishness, so I just
Oh, you saying she got her lick back? Is that what you gonna say? Like,
she
not
should
that it's
have like
okay.
she should have like did it. Like she went through a
I should
lot.
have cheated. I should have lied. I should have cheated. Baby, I should have went out to the club. Keisha Cole,
Listen.
okay?
But that's what I'm like. If she didn't, like, dang, I feel sorry for you because you didn't even. But again, y'all, hello, testy 1 2. I am not condoning it.
Not at
But
all. Not at all.
listen, like,
But it's crazy because when you were saying how, he was saying that he wasn't saved and everything, like, but it sounded like when when they met in 2009, he said he was going to church and he was doing all that. Cause remember, he was like, he had never felt that way before. And he ended up, cause like he had never liked the girl. He had never, not like that, not to the extent that he liked her. And he was like, and he had prayed with her. And he was like, they had prayed together and he was, I forgot what all he said, but he was like, oh, okay. So then what happened? Like, what? I mean, I guess
he stopped praying or he
he
wasn't
stopped.
praying to the Lord.
Or maybe he just, I mean, sometimes he probably wasn't, it sounded like he wasn't all the way like, he wasn't all the way in church. Like, he
Mhm.
probably was just going from time to time, whatever. And he knew
Yep.
I don't know.
When it
I
was
don't know.
convenient for him, he went
I'm
and
like, I
he
don't know.
did what he needed to do. But I mean, it happens. Humans.
Yeah. And that's what happens, y'all. If y'all ain't, listen, if you want a relationship with the Lord, just get it. Just grab it. Snatch it up. No, I'm just playing. But no, it like I said, it was just an interesting conversation to watch. If you got time, go watch it. If you ain't got time, you ain't got to. Like, if you watch the first one, you ain't got to. I mean, I watched it because I watched the first one, so I'm like, let me watch the second one. But I mean, I guess that's really all I got to say about that. I'm trying to think. Like, I feel like it was something else that he had said that I'm not thinking of. I talked about the mama. It was just the mama thing that really got me.
Yeah, the mama thing, I felt sorry for him for sure.
Because it's like, oh, that's what I was trying to say. Because it sounded like he was saying like they were trying to work on their marriage. So they're going to counseling because this after everything had happened. And because he said that they had been doing counseling for like a while, maybe like a year or something.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, within that whole year, he let him tell it. He was very much invested in trying to make his marriage work. But at the same time, his mother-in-law was doing too much. Mm-hmm. So he said he was telling her, like, like you said, create that boundary. Like, you need to create that boundary with your mom. And he said that she kept saying, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. But then she never did it, whatever. Mm-hmm. And then that's what he just kind of got to his breaking point, I guess. And you know what? and sent her the text. And that's the one thing I don't like. Why are you texting me? Like, I mean, I guess he said something about the way she responds or the way she whatever, but don't text me.
Not
Like,
something serious like that.
just not make no sense. But that's all I got to say about that for real
Yeah,
this
that's
time.
it, y'all.
We ain't finna hold y'all. We
Sorry.
ain't finna be here. Look, we ain't finna be here that long. We're gonna go move on. If you have comments, comment below. Let us know what you think or thought about that. We are going to do a Am I the Butthole? In this one, I read it right before we started, and I said, this is interesting. Okay. The title is Am I the Butthole for telling my wife? Oh, not Siri coming on. Siri, ain't nobody talking to you. Sorry. Am I the butthole for telling my wife that my son will always come before her? Girl, I was like, what? Okay. So I'm a 32-year-old male. My wife is a 30-year-old female. She is concerned over our financial situation. I think her concern is misplaced, but I told her my income isn't going to change anytime soon. So I asked her what we wanted to do about it. She suggested that when my son, she is the stepmother, turns 18, we should start charging him rent. I immediately shut down that idea and told her we would have to think of something else because there's no way I'm charging my son to live in our house. She said it was reasonable since I was paying most of his college tuition, but I told her there are alternatives. I suggested we stop eating out so much because that's $50 to $100 per meal, but she didn't like that idea. I suggested other things which she rejected. So I told her I'm open to suggestions, but my son isn't going to be our source of income. She told me I should think more of her than I do my son. That made me a little mad. So I told her my son will always come before her. She called me a butthole after that and hasn't talked to me since.
Dang.
Did I overstep?
Well, do you want to go first? Since I mean, you know about blended families. I don't. I mean,
I do know about.
I have my own opinion, but you kind of live this life, so
Yes, if you're new here, I'm married. I have 3 children, a 7-year-old and a 2-year-old that I had biologically. And I have a 20-year-old. That's my baby. Okay. He been my baby since he was 4. Okay. I ain't have him biologically, but that's my baby. So we have a nice little blended family. I don't know. I can't relate because number one, Marcus would never, I mean, like if it would definitely be something that we would agree, like it wouldn't be like, oh, make your son do this. Because number one, well, I do have thoughts. The wife out of pocket, whatever. Like you is one thing. Well, she out of pocket in the sense of you told me what you thought, like let's charge him rent, whatever, and I told you no, and that was it. It's just no. Like if I don't want to charge my son rent, I don't have to charge my son rent. Whatever. Now, like he said, let's think of other suggestions, other alternatives. Let's figure out another way. He out of pocket. I don't know. That's your wife. So it's like, I wouldn't, I can't relate. I don't know the answer to this one. I don't like, cause it's like, I mean, your kid, like your wife should definitely, be priority, but just because she wants something don't mean that that he has to adhere to what she wants, especially when it comes to, this situation with your kid. Like, no. But I feel like she out of pocket because you should have never said, I don't know. She shouldn't have compared herself to his kid, basically saying how like, she should come before him or whatever else. I don't think those are words to make somebody mad. Like I could see how that would make someone mad. Like, girl, he was here before you. He was there before you. What you thought? But at the same time, I'm your wife now. So it's like, it's different levels. It's so many different things. I say the wife should have never, the wife said what she said. I think we should charge your son. He said no. And it should have been done. Like that conversation, that option just should have been out the window. Should have no longer been a conversation. And we should have been on to let's figure out other things, whatever. Because clearly he must be setting his job. He said, my income ain't changing no time soon. So that means he's comfortable in his position. He ain't trying to get no other job, or maybe he's trying to work his way up and he's stagnant right now. He didn't say anything about her having a job. I don't know what she doing for income, whatever. She must have a job, because if that was me, I would have been like, well, girl, maybe you need to get a job. Because why are we going to charge him and you a whole adult and you ain't working and you can be paying rent? But I don't know. What you say? I'm all over the place because I have thoughts. Like, I'm like, because I'm saying, like, I don't know. It's just my son will always come before her. That's very triggering, because I think those are hard pills to swallow. Like, don't tell me that, but at the same time, like, don't make me feel like I gotta choose between you and my son. Like, that's not cool. But I'm sorry. Go
Yes,
ahead.
that's what it is when you do have the blended families. I mean, technically, the wording from both of them may have been off. However, comma, um, the wife is right. Like, I should be coming before your son, even though he was before me. Now we are one, and I'm not about to stop going out to eat, having dinner or dates or whatever the case may be. $50-$100 that we spent because it was, like you said, he didn't actually say if she was working or not, but it don't matter because now y'all income is combined. So, or at least that's how you viewing it, is that y'all stuff is combined. So why would I stop, doing something that I don't have an issue with? Like, I like going out to eat. And if he turned 18, and like, how else are we showing him responsibility? I guess that's what my part was. How else will we be showing him responsibility if is he gonna be living here, like, not doing nothing? Like, I mean, she didn't say how much the rent could be. She didn't say anything like that. Like, she could have just been like, okay, maybe $100-$200. Maybe he can do the light bill, or maybe he can do a bill. But to just shut it down, like, no, my son not gonna do this or whatever like that. It was like, you kind of shut it down without even entertaining what that looks like. Now, I mean, if she's talking about some pay half of the mortgage, yeah, that's kind of OC, because, the child probably don't, I was going to say the child probably don't have that money coming in, but you do need to teach your child some type of responsibility. And who's to say the son might just be like, when I turn 18, I'm moving out because I don't like y'all like that.
Well, he didn't say how much she said charge him. She just said charge him rent. So I don't know what the amount was that she was saying to charge him. He was just saying, and then on top of that too, this financial issue is an issue that she got. He's saying they don't got no financial problems. She's feeling like they have a financial problem.
He probably does the finances. So she's probably looking at the budget, and she's probably saying, hey, we trying to do all of this, but we can't. And we should be, because we're married. Now these kids, they don't care about y'all. Like I said, that boy, he might turn 18 and he'd be like, no, I don't like y'all. And he might try to move with his mama, or, somebody else or whatever like that. Even if he got it made at home with his dad or whatever. But it's just like, for me to try to put my child over my spouse, then that's already going to trigger me for sure, for certain. Like, no. I don't care what you say. I don't care how you feel. What we not finna do is be trying to minimize what I want to do just because today my cousin's birthday, y'all.
Oh, which one?
Tariq.
No, happy birthday, Tariq.
But I was hoping that I had his right number, and I did.
No, but I was just gonna say, and I didn't. They text you like, who is this?
Be like, all this spamming they've been doing with my sister. But anywho.
Y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all about that too, because that's crazy, y'all.
Just be careful.
Change your Facebook and Instagram passwords, okay? Make them hard to guess. Craziness.
But yeah, I don't know. It's to me. That's to me, like, because I've never been. I haven't been in that situation. I'm never going to be in that situation. Because,
I think you have to kind of be in the situation, because that's the thing. Like, I would never. I think that's what I'm saying. I'm just turned off. I'm actually kind of turned off by the wife, because it's like, you can't. You are the stepmother. There's nothing wrong with that. That is your husband. That is his child. That's our child. Whatever. Like I can't relate because I never had these problems like this. Whatever. But it's like I just don't. It should have been a conversation that we had. Okay, if I told you, husband, I think that we should charge him rent. If he say no, okay. I mean, if he say no, I mean, I can't get mad at you. Shut it down. You said no, and it ain't
I
like he
definitely can
said
get mad. I definitely
no.
can
He
get
said
mad.
no. I mean, if it's no, then it's no. I mean, I
It's
can't.
not. No, it's not a no. I mean,
I'm saying, but it's
you
no
can
point if
say
we're not going to
no.
agree. That's what I'm saying, but we're not going to
No, I
agree.
mean, like you can say no, but like let's like it was kind of like, well, the way that you was reading it, it was kind of like I said no, I shut it down, or I think you even said he said
Yeah,
it, and I shut it
he said I
down.
immediately shut down that idea
Yeah,
and
so
told
it was
her we
like,
would have to think
so
of something else because
okay,
I'm
so
not
then
charging
it's
my
like,
son to live
no,
in our house.
we could have a conversation about this, because now it's like this still my house too. Now I don't know what the
Mm-hmm.
finances based on what the information is. I it's not, and it's sad to say, but I'm going to use this word. It ain't fair
Mm-hmm.
for me to have to. Well, granted, she knew what she was getting into when she got married to him, and you agreed to have this bonus child a part of your life. However, comma,
Mm-hmm.
he also agreed that we become one. So just because no, you don't agree with it, we can still have a conversation with it. You don't just shut it down like I'm some child.
Wait a minute.
What?
She doesn't work.
Huh?
She don't got no job.
They still agreed to it.
But even then, she ain't got no job.
So that's what I'm saying. She's looking at the finances.
Which is fine because, like you said, you married me. Clearly, you married me. Ain't had
You
no
married
job. I
me.
ain't had
I
no
ain't have
money.
no
I ain't had
job.
whatever.
You
But
wanted
that's
me
the
to
same
be,
thing for her. She
but you,
married him and she knew she ain't had no job, but she knew how much money he made. So,
exactly. So she's already, he said, what do you have? Or I don't know if he said it, but
mm-mm,
what she's thinking about is he probably don't want her to work.
mm-mm. Let me see. You can keep talking. I'm sorry. I gotta look at see what else.
To me,
I gotta
it's,
see if it's updates. I'm like,
oh
no,
my
she,
gosh.
because I didn't look at that part. Because I'm like, because listen, you can't. I don't think it's right to be like, it's for me not to work and then turn around and be like, your kid need to pay rent. Now, I do agree. Now, that's the thing too, though. You have to know your spouse or you have to know who you are because there are people, I told you I'm in the little group with the moms or whatever else on Facebook. And a mom had basically kind of this post where she was like, well, when my kid turns this age, blah, 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 I'm thinking about charging them rent. What you said, because I agree, it does teach them responsibility. Like it's nothing wrong with giving if the kid is in the household with you, they have a job, they have nothing wrong with giving them responsibility, giving them a bill to pay, because that does teach them responsibility, especially if they're living with you. Then once they move out, they're used to already paying bills on the first, doing all of that. I agree with that. However, clearly he does not. So I'm saying you can't make somebody who doesn't think, because there were a lot of moms that were in there that were like, because she was like, well, how much should I charge? What's a good amount? And there were a lot of moms that came on there and was basically going ham, like, this don't make no sense. I would never charge my child, whatever. And that's just how people feel. So that's why I'm saying, I'm thinking you have to, not to be rude, but you're being closed-minded. You're thinking like Jasmine, whatever. But everybody don't think like Jasmine.
They
You
need
can't.
to.
Everybody can't think like Jasmine. Just because you think that you should teach your children responsibility by making them pay rent, which is what the mom is thinking, the dad don't think that. He has another perspective, whatever. And that comes from some people, they were raised a certain way, because a lot of moms was going in there. Again, this goes back to just what we was talking about the episode. People's trauma, whatever. Folks got trauma with stuff. And this lady was like, my mama had me do X, Y, Z. She had me doing da-da-da. So I would never do that to my child. I would never charge them da-da-da. Maybe the daddy got some kind of trauma and he don't want to charge his kid no money. And that's his prerogative. Whatever. All I'm saying is, it shouldn't be where if he said no, then he just said no. Let's figure out another
No, then
alternative.
that's him being closed-minded. Talking about my mind being closed, that's him being closed-minded. You didn't even entertain of what she didn't put a amount on it or anything.
Well,
And
we
you
don't know if she
steady
put an
saying,
amount on it. He just didn't say. Well, she might not have put an amount on it. You're right. She
he
might have
just
just said,
said
let's charge him rent.
Let's
And he
charge
was
him
just
rent.
like, no.
No, not gonna charge my kid rent. Then you're gonna be mad when he always in your pockets.
That's true too. I mean, I don't listen. I don't know. Y'all tell us what y'all think in the
That's
comments.
for me.
Clearly, we're
For
divided.
me,
Look, clearly we're divided. Like, cause like I said, I definitely agree that it's nothing wrong with because my children, like let's see, even the way I was thinking about it, it's still not the way she's thinking about it. Because I would charge my children because at the end of the day, we can afford rent without my children. Because if he move, that's the thing. If he moves, y'all still gonna be in the same situation. Just like you said, if he 18, he decided to go live with his mama. Now what y'all gonna do? Whatever. Now you really have to, give up something. Whatever. So I don't want to make it contingent on my child paying rent. Whatever. Like because if he leave, whatever, then we still in the same situation anyway. When I wanted to charge my kid rent, whatever, or whatever, it was gonna be more of a give us the money, whatever. We put it away, whatever. Because I was talking to Michaela and she had gave me a really good idea. And she was like, y'all can charge him rent. And then, without him knowing, you save the money. And then when it's time for him to move out, he got a little nest egg. Like, okay, because you was responsible and you paid this money and you did whatever, here you go, whatever. It may even help them pay first month's rent. They didn't even know they was going to have it. So now they got money in their savings account, all that other good stuff, whatever else. I wouldn't charge my kid rent with the intention of actually paying rent. Like, you know what I mean? Like, or paying bills or, fattening my pocket. I would do it, like you said, and as a guide to make you more responsible,
right.
Whatever. But we really don't need your money.
Right.
And I think that's where it's like she's saying they need the money. Like, no, we don't need the money. We're not going to get the money from my kid. Like, if you want more money in this household, if we having financial troubles, whatever. Oh, even if we did want to charge him rent, you can get a job too. Whatever. Because
he wasn't having that. So that's why I'm saying, like, he obviously doesn't want her to work because he could have suggested that. He could have said, no, we won't charge him rent, but we can find a hobby that you like and whatever, whatever the case.
Well, he told her I'm open to suggestions. That one just closed.
No, why he didn't suggest it? I'm open to suggestions. I suggest you get a job. I suggest you not be Tommy. Get you a job. But
you ain't got no job, man.
But clearly he wants. To me, this is how I'm reading it. And there are some men that's out there that they do want to be the savior. So it sounds like I don't want you to work. I don't want my son to pay. I'm going to be the only one that's bringing in the money. This is the amount that I'm going to bring in. Make it work. Make it enough. Like Smokey Mama
So it do look like he came back and it said he offered the following explanation for why he might be the a-hole. He said, I told my wife my son will always come before her. I might be the a-hole because I shouldn't have been so upfront. Shouldn't have said it like that. Like definitely shouldn't have said it. And I'm saying I think it's a conversation. Like clearly they need to still have a conversation. You need to be doing whatever. But it's
even
like
if he didn't say it, like when you said no, my son not finna pay rent and I'm gonna shut it down and we're not gonna revisit, that was already telling me that he was over me.
I mean, I can understand that. It shouldn't have been like, okay, well, it's just immediately shut down. It's just I don't want to do that. Whatever. It ain't got to be like, no. Well, yeah, no, absolutely not. No conversation.
Right, like nigga, I ain't your child. We gonna talk about this. We are grown ups, and I'm looking at these finances. You don't want me to work because I could take care of all of these bills right here, but you don't want me to work. You want me to stay at home and cook and clean for you
because I feel like I need to know why she's not working.
He don't want her to.
You're assuming. You don't know that.
Well, he didn't suggest her get a job. Because that will take care of all the issues that they having with their finances.
But they ain't got no finance issues. She said they got no. She's worried about the finances. He said she's concerned over our financial situation. I think her concern is misplaced.
She took Dave Ramsey.
Ain't got no financial issues.
Because he ain't look. I'm trying to tell you, he not looking at the budget. She is. That's her only. That is her job to make sure that everything is paid. And she about to tell him like, you think all things is good, but it ain't.
Well, it sounds like he said we need to be budgeting better then. We need to be budgeting better.
That's how she's saying.
Let's take out this. Okay, so let's stop eating. Let's stop eating out. Not
But
stop
then,
eating. Let's
I was
stop
like,
eating out
now
as
this,
much. He
now,
said stop eating out so much. Not all the time. He said stop eating out so much. That's what the conversation. She talking about nah. So she immediately like, no, we ain't about to do that. So
cause she
no.
probably being realistic. But then again,
we can't even stop eating out so much. Not all the time.
Then again, we shouldn't be eating out at all if you ain't got no job.
Exactly. What are you doing?
If
you be at home.
Because even if you don't cook, now I'm like, listen,
I told y'all, it's the wife. She the problem. She the problem.
Because even if you don't cook, you could get these meals like them HelloFresh things and stuff like that. They'll cook for you.
Expensive though. They don't cook for you.
I mean, not cook for you, but they got all the stuff together. Like, you don't have to be a chef to do them things. Like, you can just...
You don't, because them things was good. I did it for a little bit, y'all. I'm probably going to go back to it one of these days.
Listen,
but that food would come, and I'll make that food, and it would be so good.
When
it's not that great for a family of 4.
We're going to get these 16 free meals.
Listen, no they play you with that, though. Oh. It's not like 16 consecutive meals. It's like 16 free meals. So let's say if you said you wanted to do like 2 meals a week, they only do like, they'll take out the cost.
I'm
of
not
16.
Supporting you.
Yeah,
take this out of it. No promotions. We're done.
But I mean, I do say try it. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I like me some HelloFresh. Okay. Once I finish
meal prep myself. But no, I think seriously,
next time I'll just do maybe 1 meal a day, 1 meal a week. I think I was doing 2 meal or 3 meals a week, whatever. It got to be a little excessive. Maybe 1 meal a week, because they send you a little card that show you all the ingredients. Because once you kind of get enough of them, you can cancel it and then just buy everything that you need yourself, because you'll have the little ingredient cards. Some things was good, but yeah,
no, but for real,
we disagree.
No, but for real, why she not cooking?
That's what I'm saying. I told y'all the wife is the problem. Well, anyway, y'all let us know down below.
I think they're both the problem.
I think they're both. They're both the problem. I mean, I ain't make it sound like the husband just,
Yes, she's
not. I said I'm not trying to make it sound like the husband just ain't got no fault. He never, it never should have said that the son come before her. However, the wife, I mean, she felt how she felt, so there's nothing wrong with her saying that I think that you think more. Or she told me I should think more of her than my son. That is true. He should think more of her than his son, whatever. And then it wasn't right for him to be like, and my son isn't more important than you. Like, that was wrong. That was wrong. However, I don't understand why. Just the same way he not budging on not charging his kid, she not budging on not eating out as much.
So they both got a prideful spirit that they need to take a piece of a humble pie, compromise on something. She needs to start cooking and stop spending all that money eating out.
And that's it.
And she needs to talk to the son, because the son don't even like her. I'm just playing. I ain't even have to.
He might not like her. Listen, I mean, I didn't know how old this boy is, because he said when he turned 18. Like, so what is he?
Because then that means that if they be eating out, if all 3 of them eat out, and he a boy that that's like how our boys are in our family, they are spending a lot of money just on eating out. She probably do cook, and he still be hungry. So yeah,
my children, their appetites came out of nowhere. Xavier used to eat like a little bird. Now he want to eat all the time. All the time. I'd be like, boy, you just come home, mommy, can I have, you just ate 30 minutes ago.
A growing boy.
Get away.
It's a growing boy.
Get away from me. Mama, don't be in the comments, because he ain't going to be in the comments talking about some, feed that baby. Feed that baby.
He's a growing boy.
He is, but he going to eat me out of the house at home. And I ain't got time for that.
See?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Start charging.
All right, y'all. That's it. That's all. You just start charging him rent. Not my baby. I would never. No, I told you I would charge my kid, but I mean, he is 7. Okay, I'm not charged. He ain't got no money.
Oh, he got
money. he ain't got no money. He ain't got no job. The little bit of money he got, he get it from us.
Oh
Look,
my
he get it from
gosh.
take my own money back. I just don't pay him no whatever he get. Just don't give him no money. Period. But all right, y'all, about to get up out of here. Thank you guys for joining us. We just put this episode together real fast because we didn't really know what we was gonna talk about. I was just like, girl, we never did that response. I watched that video and I said, oh well. This is what it is. But all right, y'all. We will see y'all next. Oh my God, it's gonna be November.
Mm-hmm.
It's about to be November. We almost at the end of the year, y'all. We have
Dang.
made it. If you have been here all year, we thank God for you. Thank you for being here. We pray that, the rest of your year is swell. And we're about to get up out of here. I'll talk to y'all later.
We love y'all.
Yes. Make sure you comment below, subscribe, all that stuff that we told you earlier. Do it again. Share it, all that stuff. And we'll talk to y'all later. Ta-ta!
Hey, FOE.
FOE.
Faith over everything.
Faith over everything.
FOE.
FOE.